tip of the hat to Thomas Hammock, the head coach at Northern Illinois
Yeah.
University, a 260 product from Bishop Luers High School. I recruited him when I was at Ball State. He broke my heart and went to Northern Illinois, became a MAC rushing champion, got robbed his senior year because of a heart ailment that ultimately took him out of his final days of playing, and got into coaching up there. And he goes into South Bend this past weekend and shocks the world, upsetting the Fighting Irish, who are number 5 in the country, with a big victory. So it's good to see that. It's good to see guys from, have success, whether it's players, whether it's coaches, it doesn't matter. It's great to see that, and congrats to Thomas on all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a Luers product. Here's some video from the Northern Illinois football. Just the absolute elation in the locker room from these guys, courtesy NIU football on X.
And working together and just staying through it. Through thick and thin. That's what
that Notre Dame was going to give them. And they go into South Bend and knock off the number 5 Irish for the biggest win, obviously, in the history of the program. And it just goes to show, we talk a lot about the transfer portal and all that. I mean, a lot of those guys are just, it's the mid-major MAC recruits. And they were able to go into South Bend and do it. But also, just a really good guy, a good family. His brother, Taekwon, who played at Luers as well. And heck, Thomas was a really good local athlete himself, played for Luers, was an Indiana All-Star as a senior, was third place in wrestling in his weight class at the state finals. Yeah. So a really good athlete who has channeled that. I know he spent some time in the Big Ten and, as an assistant coach at different places. And
he was in the NFL for 7 years, 8 years, I believe, as well. He would have played in the NFL had he not had the health issue. He would have been in the NFL, no question. He had that ability.
So he's been there for 5 years, a class of 99 from Bishop Luers. Spent time as a grad assistant at Wisconsin, Minnesota running back coach, Minnesota offensive coordinator, then went to assistant head coach. He was a running backs coach for the Ravens, and now he's been at they get the 7, and I think they go from like 3-8 to 7-6. They get the bowl game. He was the MAC coach of the year in 2021. So a really cool story that has drawn national attention because Northern Illinois knocks off Notre Dame, but the local flavor in that, Thomas Hammock, a Bishop Luers grad, head coach for the Northern Illinois Huskies, is now, and I tell you what, how this goes. When they talk about coaching searches now, that's a name that's going to pop up there because that's exactly what he's been able to do at Northern Illinois the past 5 years, and to go into South Bend and knock off Notre Dame. That sends the antennas out already.
And the other one up there that's also with Coach Hammock is also a Bishop Dwenger graduate is defensive line course Jordan Geely.
Okay.
He was the defensive line coach. So there's a couple 260 players that played together at Bishop Luers that are now coaching together at Northern Illinois. Of course, Thomas in the head coaching position, but I wanted to get that out there because I think it was something of value and showing kids that, never doubt yourself, having belief that whoever's across from you is a nameless, faceless opponent. You're not playing the logo, as he likes to say, and it can happen. It can happen, and it's good for those kids, good for those coaches. But